Okay, in our last video, we talked about how to find the determinant of a 2 by 2. And this one, we are going to find the determinant of a 3 by 3, which is called a third order determinant. Now, this one is going to take quite a bit more work. So let's just go ahead and jump into the steps. So the first step is to rewrite the first two columns to the right of the matrix. So what we mean by that is these are my first two columns. I'm going to just rewrite them over here. 3, -5, 1, -7, 4, 5. So that's my first step. We're just going to rewrite those first two. Okay? And then the next thing that we are going to do is find the sum of the products of each downward diagonal. So what I mean by that is this is my downward diagonals. And do be sure that when you rewrite those three that you keep them lined up. Okay, so I'm going to find the sum of the products. What I mean by that is I am going to take and I am going to multiply 3 times 4 times a -1 plus -7 times a -5 times a -1 plus 2 times a -5 times 5. Okay, so that is going to be my first step. So let's go ahead and get that multiplied out. So I have a -12, and then let's see, 35, so that would be -35, and -50. So again, double check my math on there. Oh, that's a +1. Okay, did you guys catch that? I put, watch everything. So 3, let me make sure I got the things. 3, 4, -1, -7, -5, +1. There we go. 2, -5, 5. There we go. So my middle one is a +35. So double check your work on that, and then just add those up, and we get a -27. Okay, so there's my first one. So that is what the step number 2 says. Step number 3 says find the sum of the product of each upward. So let me change colors here. And so now I'm going to start here at the bottom, and I'm going to go upward. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Let's see if I can get my numbers correct this time. Okay, and let's see, I'm going to put down here and then up here, just so you know where I'm at. Okay, so that would be 1 times 4 times 2 plus 5 times the -5 times 3 plus -1 times the -5 times the -7. It is, again, very crucial that you watch your signs, double check everything before you just call it good. So we've got 8 plus a -75 plus a -35. Okay, so let's add all those up. That'd be 110 and 8 minus that, so a -102. Okay, so those are my two. Now then, the next step says to now subtract the upward sum from the downward sum. So basically I'm just going to subtract those two. So I'm going to take a -27 minus a -102. And again, very similar to that AD minus BC. So if you kind of think of it, remember the other AD minus BC, except it's subtracting the upward or the downward and the upward. And again, be sure you do that, in the correct order. Sorry, I had something on my screen. And get us an answer. And in this case, that should be 75. Okay, so in this case, the determinant is 75. Okay, again, it's not hard. It is just a little bit on the tedious side. So let's try another one. So first, rewrite. And again, the key here is making sure you watch your signs, don't drop anything off. There we go. Okay, my first one is I am going to do my downward Okay, so I've got 6, 4, and do write this out. I know you're going to have that tendency to want to skip this, but guys, if you skip this and you don't get the right answer, I cannot give you any partial credit. But if you give me this correctly, you're most likely not going to miss many points. Okay, so again, let's just add this all up. Negative 96, 18, 36, which is negative 42. Okay. And then we're going to do the other one. Get my other color there. And again, I like color coding. I know I've had some kids in the past, they like the color coding just to show you what you're doing. That also helps me when but the key is being able to read your own writing. So if you are a sloppy writer, you might want to practice your penmanship. Okay, so let's just do a quick run through on numbers. So negative 72, negative, let's see, 36 and 2, another negative 72, 12, and be a negative 12. There we go. And so add them up. There's my number. And again, it is your upward minus your downward. Sorry, your downward minus your upwards. I said that backwards. I was writing it down right. And we've got 114. Okay. Okay, so that is 2 examples of finding the determinant of a 3 by 3.